Scrapped ship protects a homeless human. Together they uncover a galactic secret. Eli shivered under the weak light of the spaceport. The air smelled of burnt fuel, hot metal, and the faint trace of old food. He pulled his thin jacket tighter around his shoulders, trying to keep warm. Around him, creatures from all over the galaxy hurried by, some in sleek metal suits, others with shimmering skin that changed color with their mood. Humans were rare here. They were weak, overlooked, and often ignored. Eli knew this well. He picked through trash bins near the docking stations, hoping to find something edible. Most of the time, he found scraps that barely filled his stomach. Some days he went to sleep hungry. But Eli had learned to survive, even when the galaxy seemed to forget him. As he walked through a narrow alley, something unusual caught his eye. Behind a stack of massive cargo containers, a faint glow flickered. Curious, Eli approached slowly. There, almost hidden from view, was a scrapped spaceship. It was small, battered, and rusted in many places, but it still had a strange, faint hum. Something about it made Eli pause. The ship's metal surface was scratched and dented, covered with dust and grime. Its paint, once a bright blue, was now dull and faded. The engines were cracked and partly exposed. A panel on its side flickered weakly, showing signs of power. Eli had never seen anything like it. Most abandoned ships were completely dead, stripped for parts. But this one, it seemed alive. Eli hesitated. He had always been told to avoid strange machines. They could be dangerous. But hunger, curiosity, and a strange sense of connection pushed him forward. He climbed onto a small ledge and gently tapped on the ship's hull. A soft voice spoke. "Hello?" it said, almost shyly. Eli jumped back, his heart pounding. Who said that? I did," the voice replied. It was calm, gentle, and intelligent. "I am Aurora." Eli stared at the panel, unsure if he was imagining things. Aurora? You can talk?" "Yes," said the ship. "I am partially functional. I sense that you are a lone human." "I have not had companionship in a long time." Eli blinked. No one had ever talked to him like this. Not with respect. Not with curiosity. He stepped closer, a mix of fear and wonder in his eyes. I'm alone too," he said softly. I don't have anywhere to go." The ship's lights flickered warmly. "Then perhaps we can help each other." Eli didn't know what to say. The thought of a talking ship offering friendship seemed impossible. But somehow, he felt a spark of hope he hadn't felt in years. Can I come inside?" he asked. "Yes," Aurora replied. "I will allow it." With careful steps, Eli opened a small hatch and climbed inside. The interior was dusty and dim but functional. Panels with blinking lights lined the walls. A faint hum of energy filled the space. The air smelled faintly of ozone and oil, a strange comfort. Eli sank into a small seat. The ship adjusted automatically to his weight, almost like it was alive. I've never been in a real ship like this," he admitted. "You are human," Aurora said. "I sense your ingenuity. You survive when others ignore you. That is rare." Eli chuckled softly. "I guess I have to. No one else cares about people like me." Aurora paused, then softly said, "Perhaps I can care." Eli looked around the small cockpit, feeling something unfamiliar. Safety, friendship, possibility. For the first time in a long while, he felt he was not alone. Over the next few hours, Aurora showed him basic controls. The ship's systems were old and damaged, but still capable. Lights flickered as screens turned on. Holographic panels displayed maps of nearby star systems, though many were incomplete or out of date. "You have been offline for a long time," Eli said, studying the maps. "Yes," Aurora admitted. "I was once an explorer. I collected knowledge, visited civilizations, discovered mysteries. Then I was abandoned." Eli nodded, feeling a strange kinship. He too had been abandoned. "I know how that feels," he said quietly. They stayed in the cockpit for hours, talking. Aurora shared stories of stars that sang, planets that floated on invisible winds, and civilizations that built cities in the sky. Eli listened, wide-eyed, imagining things he had never dreamed of. Suddenly, Aurora's sensors flickered. The ship powered up fully for the first time in decades. Lights glowed brighter, engines hummed stronger, and a navigation screen displayed a path toward an uncharted star system. Eli leaned forward, curious. "Where is that?" Aurora's voice was hesitant. "I do not know. It is not on current maps." "It seems to have been hidden." "Hidden?" Eli asked, feeling a rush of excitement and fear. "Yes," Aurora replied. "Something or someone wanted this star system to remain secret. Yet, I feel it calling us. Perhaps it holds answers. Perhaps it holds purpose." Eli's heart raced. A hidden star system. A secret waiting to be discovered. The idea filled him with hope and fear at the same time. For the first time in years, he felt that maybe life had more to offer than survival. "Can we go?" Eli asked. Aurora's lights flickered warmly. "Yes, if you wish." Eli grinned, a wide, genuine smile that had not appeared on his face in years. "Then let's go." The ship lifted slowly, engines humming with renewed energy. As they left the spaceport, Eli looked back at the crowded city below. No one would notice the small human aboard a rusty ship. But that didn't matter anymore. He was not invisible now. He had a companion, a purpose, and the promise of adventure. As they drifted into the starry void, Eli felt a strange calm. The galaxy was vast, dangerous, and full of wonders. But with Aurora by his side, he believed they could face it together. Hours passed in silence, with the hum of the engines and the faint blinking of lights as their only companions. Eli explored the ship, touching panels, testing buttons, feeling more and more at home. Aurora, in return, seemed to observe him with curiosity, almost like a parent watching a child learn. Then, the ship's sensors detected something unusual. A small asteroid field, glittering with crystals that reflected starlight in every color imaginable. "Careful," Aurora warned. "The field is unstable." Eli nodded, gripping a handle as the ship carefully navigated between massive floating rocks. Sparks flew from the hull occasionally as it brushed against smaller stones. Eli's heart pounded with fear and excitement, but he didn't panic. He followed instructions, adjusted controls, and felt the thrill of being alive in a way he hadn't felt for years. When they cleared the asteroid field, Aurora said softly, "You have talent, Eli. Humans are remarkable. You adapt, improvise, and survive. Even creatures like me underestimated you. I guess being ignored all my life has some benefits. You learn to notice what others don't." The ship hummed approvingly. "Yes, and together we may discover things no one else can." As they approached the edge of mapped space, stars stretched endlessly before them. Unknown systems glimmered faintly, calling to the curious, the brave, and the lonely. Eli felt a thrill unlike any before. Adventure awaited, mysteries to uncover, and perhaps a place in the galaxy where he truly belonged. And then, a distant glow appeared on the navigation screen. A star system absent from every chart he had ever seen. It pulsed faintly, like it was alive, waiting. "Is that it?" Eli whispered. Aurora's voice was calm, almost reverent. "Yes. That is where our journey begins." "And perhaps where your story truly begins." Eli swallowed hard, a mix of fear, hope, and excitement swirling in his chest. For the first time in his life, he felt seen. Not as a weak human, not as a homeless scavenger, but as someone important. Together, human and ship, they plunged into the unknown, toward secrets that had been hidden for centuries. And neither of them knew what awaited them, but both knew they would face it together. The stars stretched endlessly before them, and Eli whispered softly to himself, "Maybe, Just maybe humans belong here too. And with that, the ship accelerated into the uncharted void, leaving behind a forgotten spaceport and a lonely past. The adventure had begun. Eli felt a mix of fear and excitement as Aurora propelled them deeper into uncharted space. Stars stretched endlessly around them, glittering like diamonds on black velvet. Every moment brought the thrill of discovery, something he had only dreamed of while scavenging in spaceports. Now he was part of a real adventure. The ship's interior hummed softly, lights blinking in rhythm with Aurora's voice. "We are approaching the edge of mapped space," she said. "Sensors detect unusual energy patterns ahead. They do not match anything in known databases." Eli leaned forward, his eyes wide. "Unusual energy patterns? What does that mean?" "It could mean many things," Aurora replied. "It could be natural phenomena, abandoned technology, or something intentionally hidden." Eli swallowed. "Something intentionally hidden?" "Yes," Aurora said. "Someone, or something, may have wanted this system to remain unknown. It is rare for locations to be completely removed from galactic records. Whoever did this wanted it secret." Eli's curiosity grew. He ran his fingers across the worn control panels. "Then that's exactly where we should go. If it's hidden, maybe it holds answers, or something important." Aurora's lights flickered warmly as if approving his boldness. "Very well, but the path is dangerous. Asteroid fields, unstable energy pockets, and radiation streams are likely. You must remain alert." Eli nodded, determination sparking in his eyes. "I've survived worse," he said with a grin. "You'll see." For hours, the duo navigated a chaotic stretch of space. Aurora guided the ship with careful precision, weaving through floating rocks and fields of glowing debris. Eli monitored the energy readings, noting how they fluctuated in ways even Aurora's advanced sensors seemed uncertain of. "You are learning fast," Aurora said. "Humans are. Adaptable. Even when systems are complex, you find patterns." Ellie shrugged, though he felt proud. "I guess surviving on the streets teaches you to notice small details. You learn to read things others ignore." "That is rare in this galaxy," Aurora said softly. "Most beings rely only on technology or brute force. You rely on observation, creativity, and persistence. That is remarkable." Eli smiled. "Thanks, I think." As they passed a particularly dense asteroid belt, Aurora's sensor suddenly picked up a strange signal. It was faint, pulsing, almost like a heartbeat. "What is that?" Eli asked. Aurora's voice lowered slightly, almost reverently. "It is not natural. The frequency is patterned, deliberate. It may be a message, or a warning." Eli's heart raced. "A message? From who?" "I do not know," Aurora admitted. "But I believe it is related to the hidden system we are approaching." Eli's curiosity surged. "Then let's follow it." The ship changed course slightly, moving toward the source of the signal. As they approached, strange crystalline structures appeared, floating like massive shards in space. Each one reflected starlight in thousands of colors, creating a dazzling display. Eli's jaw dropped. "It's beautiful, like a forest of stars." Aurora's lights flickered. "It is also dangerous. The structures are surrounded by unstable energy. One wrong move could damage the ship." Eli studied the patterns of the crystals, noticing that some were moving in synchronized ways, almost like they were alive. "Maybe there's a path through," he suggested. Using intuition rather than calculation, he guided Aurora carefully. The ship moved with elegance, twisting and turning through the floating crystals. "Remarkable," Aurora said. "You are using instinct, not just logic. Humans have this ability to feel patterns that others cannot see." Eli laughed, a little breathless. "Instinct, huh? I guess surviving on the streets comes in handy again." After passing the crystal field, The hidden star system finally appeared before them. It was unlike anything Eli had ever seen. A massive planet orbited a dim, dying star. Surrounding it were moons and smaller planets, all glowing faintly with a soft, greenish light. Strange, floating structures hovered in orbit, remnants of civilizations long gone. Aurora's sensors scanned the area. The structures appear abandoned, but they radiate old technology, ancient and advanced. This could be a repository of knowledge, something the galaxy forgot. Ali's eyes widened. Knowledge? Like books, history, inventions? Much more than that, Aurora said. These stations may contain information about civilizations that once thrived, and possibly why they vanished. Eli's heart raced. He had never imagined that humans, often dismissed as primitive, could uncover something this significant. Then let's explore. Carefully. Aurora lowered the ship closer to the planet, scanning for a safe landing site. Eli noticed faint markings on the ground, almost like old pathways long forgotten. Look, the surface. It's not random. Someone built this. Yes, Aurora replied. But the purpose is unclear. It is likely a warning or guidance system, meant only for those who could understand it. The ship landed gently on a plateau near one of the largest structures, a vast tower-like building, half buried in greenish crystals. Its surface was smooth, metallic and covered in strange flowing symbols that glowed faintly in response to Aurora's presence. Eli stepped out carefully, his boots crunching softly on the alien surface. He marveled at the intricate designs, realizing that this place had been built by intelligent beings long before humans had spread to the stars. This is incredible, Eli whispered. Whoever built this, they must have known a lot.
Aurora's voice was quiet. Yes.
And it appears they wanted to hide it from the rest of the galaxy. Only someone persistent, clever, and adaptable could unlock its secrets. Someone like you, Eli. Eli paused, stunned. Me? But I'm just me. A human, homeless, unnoticed. What could I do here? You have qualities that others underestimate, Aurora replied. Creativity, curiosity, persistence, intelligence. These are human strengths that many civilizations fail to recognize. Here, they may be the key. Heli took a deep breath. Then I'll try. I'll do whatever it takes to understand this place. Inside the tower, the air was faintly alive with energy. Panels lit up as they moved closer, revealing holographic displays of stars, planets, and structures long gone. Eli reached out, touching the floating light with amazement. The images reacted to his presence, shifting, expanding, and revealing layers of information. These are records, Eli said. History, knowledge, technology. Yes, Aurora said. Information from civilizations that existed before most known galactic empires. And humans, you may be the first to access it. Eli's fingers trembled as he traced the holographic displays. But why? Why would they leave this hidden? And why here? Aurora's lights flickered thoughtfully. Perhaps they wanted to preserve it. For someone capable of understanding it. Someone who would not misuse it. Someone adaptable and resourceful, like humans. Eli felt a swell of pride mixed with awe. He had always been dismissed, overlooked, and forgotten. Yet here he was, standing at the center of knowledge that could reshape the galaxy. And no one else could reach it. Hours passed as Eli explored the tower, deciphering symbols, learning patterns, and slowly unlocking the secrets embedded in the holograms. Aurora guided him, offering insights from her memory banks, but it was Eli's intuition that solved the puzzles. You see patterns that are invisible to logic alone, Aurora said. That is why you succeed where others would fail. Eli smiled, feeling a sense of purpose he had never known. It's amazing. I never thought humans could do something like this. Aurora's lights glowed warmly. You are discovering that humans are underestimated. And underestimated humans can change the course of history. As they delved deeper, sensors detected faint energy readings emanating from beneath the tower. A hidden vault, sealed for centuries, pulsed with ancient power. Eli approached cautiously, examining the control panels. Symbols shifted in response to his touch, responding to his intuition rather than logic. This is it, Ellie whispered. A hidden vault, the knowledge they wanted to protect. Aurora hummed. Yes, but it is locked in a way that requires creativity and persistence. You, Eli, are uniquely capable of unlocking it. Eli studied the symbols, noticing a rhythm, a pattern in the lights and shapes. Slowly, methodically, he traced the sequence, feeling the flow of energy respond to his intuition. A soft click echoed, and the vault doors slid open, revealing a chamber bathed in soft golden light. Inside were artifacts, data crystals, and holographic records, knowledge lost to the galaxy for centuries. Eli's breath caught in his throat. This could change everything. History, technology, everything the galaxy thought it knew. Might be wrong. Aurora's voice was quiet, almost reverent. And you, human, have unlocked it. Humans are capable of more than anyone imagined. Eli stepped into the chamber, feeling both awe and responsibility. The journey was only beginning. Secrets waited to be uncovered, mysteries to solve, and a galaxy to surprise with what humans could do. And for the first time in his life, Eli felt not just alive, but truly important. Eli stood inside the hidden vault, eyes wide as golden light bathed the chamber. Data crystals floated in midair, spinning slowly, while holographic projections of long-lost civilizations shimmered above them.
Aurora's lights glowed softly, her voice calm but filled with wonder.
This is incredible, Eli whispered. I can't believe this is real. These civilizations, they were advanced, smarter than anything alive today. Yes, Aurora replied. These were civilizations that existed before current empires. They built fleets, cities, and technologies far beyond what most species understand. And now, their knowledge is in your hands. Eli's mind raced. He had scavenged for scraps, slept in the shadows of spaceports, and lived as if no one cared. And now, he, a human, stood at the center of the galaxy's greatest secrets. He reached out to a floating crystal, and instantly, a hologram projected a map of the galaxy from thousands of years ago. Planets glowed, connected by streams of light, trade routes, communication networks, exploration paths. But some areas were dark, hidden, and unmarked. Look at this, Eli said, tracing a path of glowing lines. These civilizations, they didn't just explore. They connected worlds, shared knowledge, maybe even tried to unite them. Aurora's voice was quiet, almost thoughtful. Yes, but something happened. They disappeared. These systems were left abandoned, hidden from the galaxy. It is unclear why or how.
Eli stepped closer to another projection.
It showed a massive fleet of ships, sleek and shining, orbiting a vibrant planet. Holographic text scrolled alongside the image describing a project called the Great Guidance. What's the Great Guidance? Eli asked. It appears to have been a program, Aurora explained. A system designed to help civilizations progress peacefully, share knowledge, and avoid conflict. The fleet, these ships were built to carry information and guide intelligent life toward cooperation rather than war. Eli's heart skipped a beat. You mean they were trying to make the galaxy better, and humans, maybe we're supposed to be part of that?
Yes, Aurora said.
You may be the first human capable of understanding and using this knowledge responsibly. The galaxy has underestimated humans for centuries, but here, you are proving their potential. Eli felt a thrill mixed with responsibility. Then we have to figure out how it works, how to use it. Maybe we can finish what they started. For hours, Eli studied the crystals and holograms, Aurora guiding him. He learned that the ancients had designed systems that required both logic and intuition. Mathematical codes, energy patterns, and symbols needed to be read not just with machines, but with human creativity. "This is amazing," Ellie said. They trusted intuition as much as technology. It's like they knew humans would be important. Aurora's lights flickered. Humans are underestimated for their intellect, their persistence, and their ingenuity. But here, these qualities are the key. You are proving that humans are capable of more than most civilizations think. Eli smiled, feeling pride. For the first time in his life, he was not overlooked. Not weak, not insignificant. He was essential. As he explored further, a series of panels activated automatically. Holographic images of stars, planets, and ancient fleets filled the chamber. A voice, faint, mechanical, but calm, echoed through the vault. Authorized operator detected. Human presence confirmed. Initiating data transmission. Eli's eyes widened. Data transmission? What does that mean? Aurora's voice was calm. It means the ancients anticipated a being like you. Capable, curious, responsible. They have left instructions, tools, and resources for someone to continue their work. You are the intended recipient. The hologram shifted, showing designs of advanced ships, energy systems, and planetary networks. Eli traced the images carefully, feeling a spark of understanding. These are technologies, he said. Energy systems, communication networks, even fleets designed to guide civilizations toward cooperation. Yes, Aurora confirmed. If used wisely, these systems could change the galaxy. Not through force, not through domination, but through guidance, knowledge, and shared progress. Eli took a deep breath. Then, that's what we have to do. We have to learn everything and figure out how to use it responsibly. Days passed as Eli worked tirelessly. Aurora assisted, but it was Eli's creativity and persistence that unlocked most of the vault's secrets. He learned to manipulate energy patterns, decode symbols, and combine ancient designs with his own ingenuity. "You are extraordinary," Aurora said one evening as Eli rested against the ship's controls. "I have scanned thousands of species, yet none could approach your ability to adapt and understand these systems. Humans are remarkable." Eli smiled tiredly. "I guess surviving alone teaches you to think fast, to notice what others don't. And maybe humans are better at finding solutions than anyone thought." Aurora's lights glowed warmly. "Indeed. And now you are using these abilities for knowledge, not for selfish gain. That is why you are worthy of continuing the ancients' work." While Eli explored, Aurora detected another signal, a faint pulse coming from the planet below. It was different from the hidden star system's energy. It seemed deliberate but quiet, almost like a heartbeat. "What is that?" Eli asked. Aurora's voice was calm. "I do not know, but it appears to be a warning. Or a guide. Someone or something wants to be discovered, but only by those capable of understanding the systems." Eli felt a thrill of anticipation. "Then let's find out. We can't ignore it." They descended to the planet's surface, where the landscape was dotted with enormous crystalline towers, shimmering with soft energy. Some structures were intact, others had collapsed over centuries. Eli moved carefully, examining the symbols etched on the crystalline surfaces. These are instructions," Eli said softly. "They're showing me how to activate systems, connect them, make the knowledge usable." Aurora's lights flickered. "It appears the ancients built failsafes." Only someone with persistence, creativity, and intuition could succeed. You, Eli, are exactly the right being for this. Eli felt a mix of pride and humility. Humans were often dismissed as weak or primitive. Yet here, on a planet no one else knew existed, he was proving their potential. He worked tirelessly, connecting energy nodes, aligning crystalline towers, and decoding instructions embedded in the structures. Slowly, systems began to activate. Lights pulsed rhythmically. Energy flowed through networks, and holograms of ancient fleets shimmered in the sky. Eli stepped back, awed. We did it. We actually did it. Aurora's voice was calm, proud.
Yes!
And you did it not through strength, not through dominance, but through persistence, intelligence, and empathy. Humans are capable of greatness beyond what the galaxy perceives. Ellie smiled, exhaustion mixed with exhilaration. I never imagined humans could do something like this. Not just survive, but actually help guide the galaxy. As systems fully activated, a new signal pulsed across space. The fleets recorded in the holograms began to stir, dormant for centuries. Energy flowed through networks linking planets, civilizations, and archives long forgotten. Aurora's lights flickered softly. The galaxy is waking. Knowledge long lost is returning. And humans are central to this process. Your species, underestimated, overlooked, dismissed, is now a catalyst for change. Eli felt a strange mix of awe and responsibility. He had never been important before, never noticed. But now, humans had a role, a purpose, a chance to influence the galaxy not through power, but through intelligence, curiosity, and collaboration. He looked at Aurora. We've done something incredible. Together.
Yes, Aurora replied.
And this is only the beginning. There are still more systems, more secrets waiting to be discovered. But you, human, have shown the potential to unlock them responsibly. Eli's chest swelled with pride. He thought of all the times humans had been dismissed, ignored, or underestimated. And now here he was, standing as proof that resilience, creativity, and intuition could achieve what even advanced civilizations could not. For the first time, Eli felt truly seen, not as a scavenger, not as someone forgotten, but as a being capable of shaping the galaxy's future. And somewhere in the distance, deep within the ancient networks, a faint pulse continued to call. Eli knew one thing for certain. Humans had a place in the galaxy. And with Aurora by his side, he was ready to uncover every secret, unlock every mystery, and prove that even the most overlooked species could leave a lasting mark on the stars. The adventure was far from over. But Eli, the homeless human who had once scavenged for scraps, had become the key to awakening an ancient legacy of knowledge and hope across the galaxy. And for the first time, he felt that humans truly belonged among the stars. Eli stood on the planet's surface, the glow of ancient energy towers bathing him in light. Aurora hovered nearby, her hull shimmering with renewed energy. The systems they had unlocked pulsed rhythmically, a heartbeat of knowledge and power stretching across the hidden star system. This is more than I imagined, Eli whispered. All of this, it could change the galaxy. Yes, Aurora replied, but it is not just about knowledge. It is about guidance. These systems were built to awaken civilizations, to help them grow, to teach them cooperation instead of conflict. Eli looked around at the holographic fleets that floated above the planet, some dormant for centuries. Now stirring to life, ships with sleek silver hulls aligned themselves automatically, their engines humming with energy. He realized the ancients had designed them to follow instructions that only a responsible mind could provide. So, humans, Eli said softly, we're supposed to be the ones to guide this? Yes, Aurora replied. The galaxy has underestimated humans for too long. But your species' curiosity, creativity, and persistence, these qualities make you uniquely capable. You are not strong in the way others might expect, but you are strong in ways they cannot imagine. Eli felt a swell of pride. For centuries, humans had been dismissed as weak or irrelevant. And yet here he was, a single human, standing at the center of a system capable of influencing civilizations. Over the next several days, Eli explored the planet and its ancient structures. Every crystal tower, every holographic console held information meant to teach, to guide, and to connect. The more Eli learned, the more he realized how powerful the ancients' designs were. These civilizations didn't just want to survive, Eli said one night as he examined a floating data crystal. They wanted to help others, to make the galaxy better. Yes, Aurora said. And now, humans can continue that work. You are proving that your species is capable of responsibility, wisdom, and ingenuity. This is what they intended when they left these systems hidden. Ellie smiled. Responsibility, that's heavy. But I think I can handle it. We can handle it. Aurora's lights flickered warmly. Yes. Together, human and ship, you can unlock potentials others could not imagine. One morning, as Eli worked to align a series of ancient energy conduits, a soft signal appeared on the sensors. It was faint, pulsing from deep within the planet itself. Aurora? What's that? He asked. Aurora scanned the signal. It is deliberate. Someone or something left this intentionally. Perhaps it is a guide for the final step, or a warning to those who would misuse this knowledge. Eli's eyes narrowed with curiosity. Then we follow it. That's what explorers do. They moved deeper into the planet, entering a massive chamber that had been hidden for centuries. The walls were covered in symbols that pulsed with energy, responding to Eli's presence. He reached out, feeling a strange connection to the ancient systems, as if they recognized him as someone capable.
Ellie,
It's responding to you, Aurora said softly. You are the key. The chamber revealed a central console unlike anything Eli had seen before.
It projected a holographic map of the galaxy, with threads of energy connecting planets, star systems, and fleets. At the center pulsed a bright light, the heart of the guidance system. This is it, Eli whispered. The core, the thing that ties it all together. Aurora's lights glimmered. Yes. Activating it will awaken the fleets fully and connect civilizations as the ancients intended. But it requires careful input, intelligence, empathy, and intuition. You must guide it responsibly. Eli took a deep breath. He had never felt more important or more aware of responsibility. Then let's do it, he said firmly. He began aligning the energy threads, connecting the fleets to the planets, matching symbols with intuition and logic. The holographic map responded, shimmering as patterns emerged. Slowly, the galaxy's hidden systems began to light up, one by one. Aurora's voice was calm but filled with admiration. Humans are remarkable. You adapt, you persist, you understand systems that no other species could. This is your strength. Eli smiled, feeling a surge of confidence. I guess surviving in a harsh world teaches you things others never learn. You notice patterns, you keep trying, you don't give up. Hours passed as he worked tirelessly, guided by Aurora. Then, finally, the core pulsed brightly, sending waves of energy across the hidden fleets. Ships activated fully, their engines glowing as they lifted off the surface and formed formations above the planet. Holographic paths connected the fleets to distant star systems, ready to transmit knowledge, guidance, and understanding across the galaxy. Eli stepped back, awed. We did it. All of it. Aurora's voice was soft, almost proud. Yes, you did it. Humans are underestimated, overlooked, dismissed, but here, you have proven your species' potential. Your resilience, creativity, and empathy, they are unmatched. From orbit, the galaxy itself seemed to respond. Energy pulses traveled across the stars, reaching systems long thought isolated. Signals activated dormant stations, awakening knowledge and technology that could help civilizations advance peacefully. Eli watched, amazed. It's like we're waking the galaxy. All these civilizations, they're connected now. And humans, we're part of it. Aurora's lights glimmered. Humans are central to this process. You have proven that your species can achieve greatness without dominance, without war, just through curiosity, intelligence, and persistence.
Eli felt a deep sense of pride.
He thought of all the humans who had been dismissed, overlooked, or underestimated. And now, here he was, a single human who had unlocked a legacy that could shape the galaxy for generations. We're doing what the ancients wanted, Eli said softly, helping civilizations learn, grow, and cooperate. not controlling them, just guiding them. Yes, Aurora replied. And that is why humans are important. Strength alone is meaningless. It is intelligence, creativity, and persistence that shape the future.
As the fleets activated fully, Eli noticed another faint signal, a pulse coming from deep within the galaxy.
It was subtle, almost like a heartbeat, and it seemed to respond to the activation they had completed. What is that? Eli asked. Aurora scanned the signal. It appears to be a response. A ripple. Something else is aware of the systems now. It may be another civilization, or perhaps the legacy itself reacting to your actions. Ellie's eyes widened. Then, our work isn't done. This is just the beginning. Humans, we have a real place here now. Aurora's lights flickered warmly. Yes, and together, human and ship, you will continue to uncover the galaxy's secrets, responsibly guide knowledge, and inspire civilizations. Your species has a role, a central role, in the future of the stars. Eli felt a deep sense of belonging. For the first time in his life, he was not invisible, not forgotten, not dismissed. He had found purpose, partnership, and recognition. Humans, once overlooked, had a chance to show their true potential. He looked at Aurora, a smile spreading across his face. We did it. Together. And I think humans are finally part of something bigger than ourselves. Aurora's lights glimmered like stars. Yes. You belong here. Not as observers, not as weaklings, but as creators, thinkers, and guides. The galaxy now knows your worth. Eli watched as fleets moved across the galaxy, systems waking to new knowledge, civilizations subtly guided toward cooperation. The ripple of their actions spread far and wide, a gentle wave of understanding and progress. He thought of all the times humans had been underestimated, and now, here they were. Proof that resilience, creativity, and empathy could shape the future of the galaxy. Eli felt a quiet satisfaction. Not fame, not power, but recognition, responsibility, purpose. The adventure was far from over. Secrets still awaited, and mysteries stretched across stars and planets yet to be explored. But humans, often dismissed, had proven their worth. And Eli, the homeless human who had once scavenged for scraps, was now a pioneer, a guide, and a hero. Not through violence or dominance, but through intelligence, curiosity, and heart. Aurora hovered beside him, lights shining softly. Humans are underestimated, but now you are known, and the galaxy will never forget. Eli smiled, looking at the stars, feeling a connection to all the civilizations awakening across the galaxy. We did it, he said softly. Humans did it, and this is just the beginning. And as the fleet spread knowledge, awakened systems, and lit up forgotten corners of the galaxy, Eli realized that the true adventure was not in survival, but in discovery, guidance, and the power of the human spirit. For the first time in history, humans had claimed their place among the stars, not as weak, overlooked beings, but as creators, thinkers, and guardians of a brighter future. The galaxy pulsed with energy, alive with possibility, and Eli knew one thing for certain. Humans belonged here, and their story had only just begun.